Okay, so like the other day, more like a couple weeks ago, I tend to get the other day and however long it's been since I'm telling a story, mixed up. Sorry if that bothers you, because that's kind of one of my biggest pet peeves when other people do it, but I do it all the time. Anyways, so 2 weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, a couple friends and I went to a protest, a counter protest actually. It was a counter protest against the Fred Phelps campaign, and if you aren't familiar with Fred Phelps, you should definitely Google that shit. Um, he is the front runner of a campaign called the God Hates Fags campaign, which I think is utterly ridiculous. First of all, these people have T-shirts, including but not limited to child sizes, which I think is absolutely absurd. To first of all be teaching any kind of hate to a child, I think in general is ridiculous, and on the same token to teach them, words like fag. Like, I don't care what your personal views are about me and my sexuality, but when it comes to teaching children hate and teaching them to hate fags especially, I think is completely ridiculous. As like, if I were ever a parent, I don't think I would ever teach my child any kind of curse word, and I think, or any kind of offensive word at all. They wouldn't know the N word, and they wouldn't know, and I definitely would file fag under little words that my child shouldn't know until he's about 14 and hears it from one of his random friends at school. Like, I just think it's completely ridiculous to try to instill such a value in children, and especially to put something like that on T-shirts. Like, kids kind of take fashion seriously, which is, it's weird, but they do. And the things that are on their T-shirts they feel like it represents them, and like, that's just a whole nother ridiculous thing. That goes along with this whole Fred Phelps thing is, one of the signs, actually, the reason why I'm making this video was something that got me. It was really hilarious. Is the fact that these people, before they protested at Parkway, they protested when Lady Gaga came to St. Louis, and their most abundant sign actually at the Gaga concert was "Gaga hates God." And if you aren't familiar with Lady Gaga, I don't know if you've been living under a rock or anything, but she kind of is like the self-proclaimed gay queen. She has admitted to being bisexual, and went as far as, I think, when she was on an award show or something, just basically exclaimed, "I love my gays," and which I think is absolutely awesome. And I'm not gonna lie, Lady Gaga is a bit of a guilty pleasure for me. So, yeah, she's awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I know she doesn't have the most deep lyrics and probably not the best music there is, but she's a lot of fun and she's pretty awesome, and she's trying to do a good thing for humanity. One terrible song at a time. But I'm not gonna lie, I like them all. I actually, I didn't go as far as buying her CDs, but I did pirate them. Don't tell on me. Yeah, I'm a bit of a pirate. Only when it comes to music that I don't think is necessarily worth my money, but kind of worth my time. I put time and money on different levels of importance. But anyways, so this protest at Parkway North. So we show up, and there were probably like 50 some odd people on the gay supporters side. There was a line of what looked like high school age students, holding a very wide rainbow flag, which was really awesome. And they had lots of signs that were, like, love is love and things like that, basically just promoting the peace. It was a peaceful counter protest on our side. And on the Fred Phelps side, there were only 3 people, mind you, just 3 people at this protest, and which I thought was hilarious, because it was it was never an intention of the gay community to just go to Parkway North for no reason at all and just talk about how, you know, gay love is the same as straight love, love is love, any kind of we never had any kind of intention of just being there holding up signs about how we're gay and proud of it, like, you know. So basically the whole reason we're there is because Fred Phelps posted on his website and other places that he and his family were going to be there, and they wanted their supporters to be there. And only 3 people showed up: Fred Phelps, and I'm assuming the people he was related to, because I don't know if it was because it was the blistering cold and hateful straight people don't like cold, but gay people could definitely handle it, and we were there to support our side, and it was awesome. But I just thought it was great because we outnumbered them, and it was their intention to be there first. You know, like, we beat them to the punch and overpowered them with their strength and numbers and whatnot. It was pretty sweet. But it was just really funny because some of the signs that they had were like, God hates America, and America is going to hell, and basically these people, American born, all American citizens, are talking about how God hates our country because of the fact that we are so accepting of the gay culture and that it is so out there in the public domain, which I guess bothers them. With the, like, I guess it's more of a thing where they would rather it not be is socially accepted. Like, I guess they kind of want this to be like a lot of Middle Eastern countries where if they know you're gay, you're probably going to get stoned to death, which I don't understand why anybody would want to live in any kind of barbaric time where you kill people because you don't like how they are, you know? Like, it's not even, it goes beyond the Hammurabi code, an eye for an eye. Like, it's more of, you're stupid, die, you know? Like, what kind of silly way of thinking is that? I don't even know where these people are coming from, but I guess they don't like Lady Gaga's music, and they don't like that Lady Gaga likes gay people, and for some reason they think that because you're gay, you can't be Christian. I don't understand why in so many different mindsets, and like generally the straight, heterosexual, closed, ignorant mindset, that that being religious or being spiritual and being gay aren't they can't coincide. Like, I don't understand, because I know a lot of gay people actually who find a lot of strength in their religious foundation and background, and really they love their idea of who God is, and they really believe that God is love. It's not a series of rules that people can break and not break and be accepted for it and not accepted for it, you know? Like, everyone's a sinner, really, and it doesn't matter if you're gay or straight. If as far as my understanding of the way it's decided whether or not you're going to heaven or hell, it's, you know, based on your repentance and the deeds that you've done in your life, good and bad. And honestly, when it comes to being a closed-minded heterosexual versus an open-minded gay person, I think the open-mindedness would get you a pass into heaven before closed-mindedness would, because closed-mindedness is hateful and it's ignorant and it's ridiculous, and it's really it's volunteered ignorance, really. Like, you know there is other information out there, but you refuse to see it that way. You like to see things in black and white as opposed to seeing things as black, white, and gray, you know, or in rainbow, like I do. I see everything in a spectrum. Anyways, that's all I had to talk about today. Fred Phelps is ridiculous, and Gaga doesn't hate God. I mean, I don't know. You should ask her. Anyways, question for the interwebers. Where do you stand with Fred Phelps and his God Hates Fags campaign? I'd like to know your opinion on it. Night.